to October 14, 2022, Facilities Committee meeting. The meeting's called to order at 10 o'clock. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the September 9th meeting?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I second
All in favor?
it. Aye.
Aye.
I wasn't there, so I can't,
It's okay. We still call it unanimous. And I see we have a guest. So I'm gonna skip right over, I'll hold off on the reports and address our guest. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Donna Richardson. I'm just trying to find out, as a taxpayer, all about our boards, and I was Zooming Finance Committee last night, Selectmen's meeting the night before. I'm just attending as many meetings as I can to learn as much as I can where my tax dollar is going.
Okay. Well, fortunately, they get paid and we do not.
Oh, I get that.
We've been a volunteer group since the facility opened.
I was on the school committee for 3 years, so I know a volunteer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
So did you have any specific questions about what we do, or?
No, I'm just trying to learn what you do.
Okay,
I apologize. I've been waiting for a doctor to call. I'm sorry.
no worries.
That's okay. I wrote this down for you so you can motion and second.
Thank you. I apologize.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
that's all right. No problem.
Okay,
Sorry.
so, Ralph, do we have a report?
Okay, very briefly, the Council on Aging is proud and pleased to report that we have a new social services coordinator. We now have a full staff. Her name is Andrea Sidark. I've not had the occasion to meet her yet, but apparently she comes well qualified and well recommended. So we now have a full boat at COA, so I'm pleased with that. Basically, the COA is pretty much back to capacity now from the pre-COVID days. Our transport vans are up to full capacity again in order to take people to the stores, the pharmacies, and so on. We were limited during COVID to the number of passengers we could carry. Medical rides, which are volunteer drivers to medical appointments between Hyannis and Wellfleet. We're back in business with that. I gotta put my pen down because I know it clicks. We're still in need of drivers, but again, the drivers are volunteers who take folks to the medical appointments as needed. Fitness programs are pretty much back to normal again. Yoga, Tai Chi, whatever that is. Exercise classes and so on. We're still offering the legal assistance, the grocery delivery through the family pantry, the lunch program, which is still active, very active here. Is now eat in or grab and go. You can take your lunch and go home and eat it, or sit down with the other folks and enjoy your lunch and the socialization. That's pretty much it. I just want to report that we're basically back to normal operation at COA. So, and I would encourage anyone who is watching this to sign up with COA for the newsletter. It comes out, excuse me, every 2 months. It's full of all kinds of information and very useful. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you.
Rec Commission.
yeah, we finally got a full complement of members on that committee. We have 7 members now, and so we're very pleased about that. The last meeting that we had, we spent pretty much the entire meeting discussing CPC articles. A lot of discussion went forward. We had 5 items that we discussed fully, and we tried to prioritize those into at least 3. And the 3 are the pickleball courts and the basketball courts going to be resurfaced. That's about a $35,000 expenditure. Sand pond bathroom is going to be one of the CPC articles, so that we can get Sand Pond moving again. The bathroom facility up there is really not operational, so we want to put a new bathroom facility up there. Hopefully we'll get the folks from that area enjoying Sand Pond and, the facilities, we still have some ideas as to what we want to do up in that area. So that the folks up in that area, the kids and the parents can have a place to go. We want to make it a nice recreational area. That's our long-term plan. And the third, third item is another bathroom facility. I think it's the final bathroom facility that we're going to be looking for, Potter Memorial Field. We've been working on that for over 5 years, and we decided that it's about time that we move that into a priority number, if you will. It's one of 3, and hopefully we'll get that taken care of as a CBC article this year. Other than that, it was just general minutia, discussing a number of things in terms of the pickleball programs and all of the other programs that we had. Eric has some medical issues that we're going to be dealing with as we move forward. And we're waiting for a full-time secretary. We have one that comes in 4 hours or 5 hours a week until that position is posted. I think it's been posted. And that position, she's moving from the planning board over to us eventually, so that for the time being, we have her for 5 hours a week. And once somebody applies for that position and they fill that planning board position, she will be with us full-time. That's the hope that we have. But Eric and Sue have been really working hard to keep the office open and keep the programs moving forward, and we're very pleased with their efforts.
Great.
Good.
Thanks so much, Van. Okay, Carolyn, over to you.
So you are required by the selectmen to present a report to them. I highlighted the date and time. I cannot present it for you. It has to be from the facilities committee. I did include in your packets a report, and I apologize that it didn't go out earlier, but I literally finished it last night. So if you could make any changes, because it does need to be in the selectman's office Monday morning. So any changes, if you'll send them to me, I will get it out. I tried to highlight what we are doing here and give a glimpse into the areas that we're looking forward to. I also wanted to give some statistics because I think it's I think we're on the right path of getting totally back, if not exceeding where we were pre-pandemic. So,
I thought the report.
Go ahead.
I read the report just a little while ago. It's very thorough, very comprehensive, and I think that the selectmen will get a good overview as to what's going on here at the community center. You're going to make the presentation, are you?
I'm not. I was going to ask, is there a member of the committee who can make the?
Is he the?
I normally take classes Monday night, so I'm not sure. But if nobody else shows up, I'll skip the class. But
I'll try to be there. The 27th.
it's a Monday though, right? It's a Monday
So
night.
Monday,
Right?
the
Yeah.
Now,
24th?
in other words, you
24th.
just read the report. Is that what you do, Carolyn?
truthfully, you don't even have to read it. You just highlight it. They'll all have a copy of this. It will have
Right.
been in their packet.
Yeah.
They read it. I attached to the front of the report the
Yeah.
questions they ask.
Right.
You can highlight those. They'll go around the horseshoe and they might have some specific questions. I will be in attendance. I'm
Okay.
happy to answer.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
defer to me to help with the
Okay.
answers. I just can't present because
Okay.
it's a facility committee report.
If you can't make it, Carolyn, Carolyn and Angela, I'll
Okay.
make a point to try to be there on the
All right.
24th.
If you get stuck and nobody can, just text me and then I'll just skip
Yeah.
the meeting,
Okay.
skip the class. Okay.
Okay. I'll try to be there.
Okay.
If you have a class,
Yeah.
I'll go.
I'll be right there with you.
All right.
I'll stand right
Okay.
next to you. And they will have the report, and
Yeah.
it's as comprehensive as I think they're looking. I think it's more than they asked for.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll have a lot of questions.
Right.
The only thing that I would ask the board to highlight is that we are down a member.
Okay.
And that is written right in the report,
Yeah.
so that would be important that they
Right.
know that we're trying to get to a full complement on the board.
Are we officially down a member?
My understanding is yes, Sean was not listed as a member, that's why I highlighted that in the report and said
Okay.
he is Sean, for lack of a better word, is more of a consultant to the board for anything. He'll come in when we need them. That's how I read it. the board might see it differently, but I did check with the town clerk and Ellen in the selectman's office, and I think that we're all on the same page, so.
Okay, if he's not
Do you
listed
have,
as an official member, then.
Do you have
we're
interest
good.
are there people that applied for the?
I don't think anyone even knows it's open
Oh,
yet, so we
okay.
need to get it on their radar.
What
you
time
know,
do you have to be there?
Maybe Donna's gonna run away.
There you go, Donna.
No, but I have spoken to the select woman, Mary Anderson, about,
Yes.
people that they need for these committees and whatnot, so
Terrific.
she's told me she's working on an email page to send out to residents.
That's great, thank you.
What time is this meeting, 6:30?
Nope, they start at 6 PM now.
6. Okay.
So one of the things that I know I emailed everyone is to make sure that you are up to date on being sworn in. I did report that we all were, because the town clerk told me that anyone who isn't has an appointment. So by the time this comes about, you should all be sworn in and have had your ethics and et cetera, so. That's what that bullet was for. Does anyone have anything on the
We have
report?
a new liaison with the select board.
We do. Julie Kavanaugh is the new liaison.
Is she aware of it?
She is, and she has reached out to me. She does work during this time, but has said if it's something that we need her for, please reach out to her. She'll make every effort to be in touch with us. She is more than willing to work with the board, but I can't say she was nothing but gracious about trying to help with whatever we needed.
Sure. So the ethics thing, did you need that, or?
That goes to the town clerk. I never see any of it.
Okay.
I've already taken mine, and that's on file, and I know most of you
Yeah, I've
have,
taken
so
mine.
that's.
I took it again and sent it to her.
So, yeah, so she needs to keep that on file, and that's one of the things the selectmen check, so.
Okay, new computer station. Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. No. So one of the things that you all know that I've been trying to do is really update and refresh the building and make it more viable for anyone and everyone. And we don't have public computers in this building. Not one for somebody who's on vacation who needs to stop by. So I am looking at putting in a small computer station just outside of my office where the large display cabinet is, having something built and putting 3 computers there with one printer. I'll be able to monitor it. As you know, there's windows right out to
Yeah.
that. And the front desk will be able to see it. So that's a project that I have in the works. I don't think it will be an expensive endeavor. But I think it's one of the things that we should have in this building. I think that people look to their community centers to fill a lot of needs. And we get asked a lot of times if there's a computer someone can just jump on to check something and we offer ours as much as we can, but people are still working too, so. And I've been in touch with the library who has phenomenal policies on this, so we're not reinventing the wheel. We would follow what the town policies are on, use of public computers.
Does the library have public computers as well?
They do, and they're very well utilized.
There you have it.
Do we
used
have
to-
a, go ahead.
We used to have a bunch of computers here. What
Yes.
became of them? Do we know?
I
There were
don't
computer
know.
classes, as I recall.
Yeah, that was
That's
quite
going-
some time
That's
ago.
going back 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, they probably are very outdated.
Well, so are we, but so-
I can check into that.
Yeah.
They would have been under the purview of the information technology person, Foster. So I can check with the new woman in charge, Sarah, and
Okay.
see if she has records on where they are
Yeah.
but I'm sure they're outdated for what we're looking for.
could
But
well be.
I'm
Ralph's
sure.
still waiting for TikTok class.
it's coming up.
I know. I've changed a medical appointment so I can attend.
I love that.
I
It
wanna
is
know what-
coming up.
I want to know what ticogram is,
Ticogram, I like it.
or tox book, or whatever.
Is there a possibility that we could, is there any room around here that we could put a couple of, computers, develop a computer room?
So there really isn't. I don't know if you noticed driving in today how full we are. there's not one single room I can put aside that wouldn't take us, impact our
Somebody else.
individuals coming in, the clubs and organizations. I mean, if you were here just the other day, I actually had to have a group meet in the game room because every room was full. So it's a great problem to have, and it doesn't happen all the time. But you also have to remember that in the summer, we take a room offline for the
Peach stickers?
beach stickers and also the playground. So that's 2 rooms offline. We
Right.
only have 5 and the multipurpose room. And we have a lot of clubs and organizations using it. And I would like it to be someplace that could be monitored, to be totally honest. I like it in the public so that we know what's happening and it's safer. So for
There is
right
a-
now, we'll start slowly with the area we're thinking of.
There is a computer in the COA, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, yeah,
Yeah,
which is available for seniors, as far as I know.
yeah.
Terrific. Maybe that's one of the things that we should post. There's
That's what I
one there
wondered.
and there's some here. And, you know, I think that's one of the things we need to do better, if I'm honest, is that we need to collaborate and share information with everyone about what's happening in
You
the
might want to
building.
speak with Julie about
Yeah.
that and see.
The sitting room down by the rec, you know, where there's a table and so on and so forth. I wonder if we could convert that into a little computer area.
So I
don't know
did,
how much use that gets.
I did
really.
think of that, but again, I'm not trying to burden anyone. I want to make sure it can be monitored is what I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
It's a tough area.
And you get a lot of
So-
kids in and out of
Yeah.
there all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the kids
and
are-
I don't
yeah,
wanna
take
that's the
away
problem.
space.
Yeah, yeah.
Space, so don't worry, I have my eyes on that area. So that's one of the new things coming
Good
up.
idea, I think.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Definitely needed.
Special town meeting, you know what, are there any critical issues or something that we should be aware of as far as the town meeting is concerned? You know?
I'm gonna give the answer, that's right. Every issue is important and
Yeah,
critical.
okay.
It was on
That's-
October
that's-
18th, and I think that we're doing things like the
School
the
budget,
school budget and the
land.
land and
Land
some
issues,
water and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So I do think it's important, and you know, I don't think it will be a long meeting. I think we're looking forward to it.
So to get a
Certainly not
quorum.
being very well advertised, I have to say
No.
that. You know, I
Well,
don't-
here we're telling everyone right now, October 18th,
Right.
special town meeting in the
Yeah,
building.
Yeah.
So
They
and we
did
can-
mail things home, though.
Pardon?
They did mail flyers home.
Did they?
A
Really?
packet, yeah.
Okay.
I think I thought I got one,
I
yeah.
did not, but, okay.
And I think it was in the Chronicle, but I could be wrong.
It was mentioned in the.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, we'll do a better job and we'll put signs around this building. I know it doesn't help everywhere, but at least anyone coming in, and we do get, as you all know, quite a few people coming in and out, just so there's some recognition and maybe people can ask some questions. if
Does
they
anybody
need to.
know what the issue is with the school budget?
It's not an issue. They reallocated the formula of how the
Right.
towns pay. So it's a very positive thing for the town of Harwich.
Right.
And Angie, stop me if I'm saying
No, you're
anything
correct,
wrong.
you're correct.
So.
There's a Monomoy, it's the Monomoy
It is
regional
Monomoy,
issue.
right, right.
Correct,
Okay.
so we're
Okay.
reallocating so
Right.
that Harwich pays more of a fair share and not the lion's share.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay,
I like it.
you're very diplomatic.
Show up on October 18th. So going back to that old business, Carolyn.
I'm sorry, I
It's
went right
okay.
to new business.
It's okay. Did we have any other that budget comment?
The other budget comment is that I have spoken with the new information technology person. I know I reiterated to you that we had our draft budget that you all saw, and I spoke about the information that we're trying to get out about the new phone system and monitors and things like that, and it has to go through the information technology budget. So I have passed that on and met with Sarah. And she has been lovely to work with. It's something she's already working on, the new phones in the building. And luckily for us, or unluckily for her, she did come over to try and get on our Wi-Fi. And as I have said, it was difficult for her to get on, so she saw the need for that. So I think that those are small improvements, but will make a big difference for
Right.
people.
Have you had your meeting with the finance committee and the select?
Not yet, that'll be a little bit further down the line.
And do they have your wish list?
The one that we spoke of, yes. Yep, that is in the budget. I will say, and I don't know if this is the appropriate time, but I'm feeling strongly that the community center, and hopefully the facilities committee will feel this way too. I think that the highway department and the custodial staff do a lovely job, beautiful job. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is that this building is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. most nights. And we have custodial coverage from 6 to 2. That's a lot of hours of uncovered custodial work. We're doing the best that we can, but there's only, the community center is a 2 full-time staff office, myself and one other person. Then we have people who are like, 5 hours. I think Josh is 7 hours and 15 hours. So we are limping along, and I am feeling like it's starting to show. We're trying to do more programming and things like that. The town has a policy, and I push for this policy, and I believe in it, that no one person should be in this building by themselves, no one employee. So that meant last night I worked from 9 or 7:30 in the morning till 9 at night. And I'm not arguing that point, but the work was not even doing this kind of work. I was cleaning and setting up tables and breaking down. And I'm happy to do it. I just don't think that's sustainable.
Right.
And I think those are things we really need to look at. It is going to impact every area of the building. Council on Aging, Youth and Recreation, the community center. So I think those are things that are important. We are back to pre-pandemic times, but we don't have the staff that we
Right.
had prior to that. And I'm not trying to take away from
Why
anyone.
don't we? I guess that's my quick question.
The town had to, during the pandemic, and made a decision that every building had to have a custodial person, and they made a decision, and it's not a wrong decision, but that just means that maybe we need more people, more custodial staff, so that we are getting everything
Well,
done.
to buttress what you said, what do you need, what do you think you need for custodial staff in terms of your concerns right now? How many hours more do you need, and what do you need? I mean, you discussed the whole scenario, but, let's be specific. Do you need another full-time person, another half-time person? What do we need, and should we not put that in your report?
It was,
Right.
it's not in this report, because I thought that should be coming, I can do whatever you want. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, and we have not discussed this yet. But it has become, you've all seen, we have doing more programming,
Right.
getting more people in, and that's what I think we should be doing, and I'm happy to focus on that and do that.
You shouldn't be doing custodial work.
No.
Right.
And
you
please don't
shouldn't
think
be-
I'm not saying I
No,
won't,
no,
I would
no,
be.
No.
And you
But
shouldn't be
not
working 14
doing
hours
it.
a day.
That's the point, where you should not be doing that custodial work. If there is a need, we should let the Board of Selectmen know on the 24th that there is a need. I would suggest that you include that in your report, some kind of statement or
Disagree.
language.
I disagree.
You do?
Oh,
I think the annual report is for our achievements for the year. It's not to
Okay.
bring up a specific need.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I get it.
of where it is
Yeah.
and what it's for.
But I think that we should, there's got to be some way we point out to the selectmen at that meeting that there is a very vital need here for some additional, whether it be part-time, 5 hours, 6 hours. You should not be doing that, the custodial work.
And
I-
I'm gonna say, I'm
No,
so
I'm sorry, I
sorry.
didn't mean to cut you off, you go first.
I'm gonna say that I don't think I'm alone. I think that the library and myself are some of the buildings that are open the most hours in town, clearly. I'm not counting police and fire. I'm just saying that we have very different purposes.
Right.
People are coming into this building for the entire spectrum, whether they're eating here or playing pickleball, volleyball, or they are getting counseling, or they're getting a passport. I mean, we have the gamut. There are clubs and organizations meeting. So they're not just coming in for one thing. It's not that easy. And that's exactly what we want, but that means there's a lot of turnover in rooms and things.
There's no question
So-
that the guys that I play ball with, okay, that don't live in Harwich are amazed at how much activity takes place in this building, okay? These guys live in different towns and so on and so forth. And they're just amazed at, when they come in here and do whatever they're doing, how busy the facility is.
And that's what we want to
It's
hear.
a
We
very
want to do
positive-
more.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think if the board is okay, I would like to reach out to Ginny and have a conversation, and maybe as a united front, if there was another person that, it can be in anyone's budget. It could be in
Right.
Ginny's or
Yeah.
Link's or anyone.
Right.
It's just that we split those hours and get some more.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want the building to go.
Right.
So from
I
whom
think-
do we need action?
I think that it will fall a lot to the boards and committees, so what I'd like to do is speak with Ginny and then see if combined,
Right.
maybe our boards could present why it's important that they're
To who?
I think you can
to
argue,
the select.
Selectmen.
I think you can argue it's a health issue.
I
And
agree.
safety issues and health issues, because you have such a turnover in the number of people in the building.
Right.
It has to be cleaned.
Clean, right.
Especially since we're just coming off COVID.
Right.
But I mean, there were so many other things that are out there too that you could be picking up. So, not only from the cleanliness and hygiene, also from the physical aspect. And I think that is important, because we certainly don't expect Ginny to be moving tables and chairs at the library, or any of her staff. And it shouldn't be you and your staff doing all those kinds of things.
And they're happy to help, again, I
But
don't want
that's-
anyone to think
it's-
that.
It's not their job.
It's
It
just-
really,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not really their, that's, so I think you and Jenny would have a really good argument to put up, and you have the busiest buildings in the, town.
Right.
Police and fire, that's a different ballpark. Yeah, We're
Right.
not knocking them, but,
Maybe.
it's a different ballpark.
And the
maybe-
public comes in very differently.
Very
So
different, yeah.
Is there no evening shift, per se?
There's no evening shift.
So we used to have it, they just dropped it.
We used to have coverage in this
Right.
building, a custodial person the entire time this
Okay,
building was
right,
open.
right.
So
Now
we need to
have them 6 to
revisit
2.
that and say, we're over the hump of COVID, but we're still dealing with medical issues and things like
Maybe
hygiene.
after you talk to Jenny, we might want to sit down and write a joint letter.
Sure,
Okay.
and I will,
Makes
I'll
sense.
get that to you, sure.
Craft a letter that these are the concerns that she has as well as we have from the facilities point of view, and send it off to the town administrator. And maybe they can put it on the agenda some night, and we can go
Great.
there and defend, both you guys, directors, go and defend the need for a custodian. But you gotta get it out to them.
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
I know that,
Listening.
It's
I know
necessary.
that Eric, I know the rec, we send letters off to them constantly about one thing or another, so,
Right.
I think it's just an announcement to them, just an alert that we have some issues, because they're inundated with so much that, we have some issues, and this is one of our priority issues, please address it somehow.
But you have to remember, community center also is one of the highlights of your town.
Yeah.
So that's a factor.
Thank you, that was my
Yeah, we
budget
definitely,
piece.
the facility definitely supports you
Right.
in having a custodian until we close. Okay, that was fun. We'll go over to the director's update.
So I'm just gonna give you a quick update of the programs. Pizza and bingo was phenomenal. I was shocked. I thought I would have a lot of younger individuals. There were probably 6 younger individuals and about 50 older adults who came to play bingo and have pizza.
Pizza.
It was a great day, a great evening, and they've asked to do it again, so we'll work that out. But it was very successful, and everyone had a great time. And I love to see the diversity in the audience that came. That was really nice. So.
Great.
The Nantucket basket presentation was wonderful again, well over 40 people in attendance.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, and that went almost 2 hours, and could have kept going, but it was lovely. She gave a lot of information. So some of these things have been great successes, and others not as much. Touch a Truck, if any of you were here this weekend, There was large soccer events happening in both areas. It was packed. This building was bursting at every seam.
Yes.
The whole area was packed.
We gave
Unbelievable.
away almost 60 costumes that day alone. In addition to the Touch-A-Truck, we had 40-something people in the free Zumba class. It was a great day, and what we are here for, it was
You had a tough day, didn't you?
it was a lot, and Ben was very kind when somebody was gonna kill me, literally gonna kill me, to say he would defend me, but I'm here, so we made it through that part.
Just
Yeah,
call me.
the
There
language
was a,
was, I
there was
guess
a lot of road
I
rage
guess
on
you
that
got a lot
day.
of language too that you didn't deserve.
So-
You know, as I suggested to you, get their license number, which you should have done, get the police on them. I mean, there's no need for that nonsense.
So, but for the most part, everyone was happy, and they got a lot out of the building and everything we had to offer. It was great to see it bursting. The Try It You Like It series, I have included the October one. We had our first one, and it was only attended by 4 people. It was how we could interact with the library and what you can get out of the library. The next one is on social media, and then later in the evening, we're gonna partner with some students at the school who's gonna teach it in the evening. So
That's great.
we've put it on the Channel 18, we've announced it at the selectmen's meeting, it's in our newsletter, we've sent it to the Chamber of Commerce. I asked the Chronicle to post it, so I'm gonna try and think if I can get it on the radio or some other way to get the information out there. But I am looking forward to that. That's the October ones. The boutique, we are on track to give out about 100 costumes. And that has depleted us, so next year will be, I'm shocked at how many we've given out, but I think that's a sign of the times, and people are very grateful for it, and we're happy that we can do it.
Do you need
with
more?
people.
Do you need more?
Well, this is our last day today
Okay,
of giving
okay.
them out. We'll always give someone if they come in, but
Okay.
we've had appointments up until today.
Okay.
But Angie's organization has been wonderful and bought us some more costumes, so, and we get donations from the public, but it has really been a popular event this year of giving things out to
That's
people,
good.
so. The next is our drive-through event, which will be on the 28th. That is the Halloween drive-through. If you've walked by my office, you can almost not see us anymore because we're so grateful for all of the donations, whatever they are. We're gonna start putting bags together next week. So we'll be calling volunteers in to help us with that.
What time do you want us there to pass this? You're gonna be there, right?
Of course.
On the day
I don't
of
know
the
if Frank will
event,
be there. I wanna see if I can get old Frank to come.
on the day of the event, it starts at 5:30, but you really have to be here beforehand because they start lining up.
5
as-
o'clock?
As
Right.
you all know, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then under, still in the updates, can I just tell you about the November ones coming up?
Of course.
So November is art that we're going to be working on, the Try It You Like It series, and one of the things that we're doing is a craft day. I think that's on the 17th. So it'll be a craft evening, and you can bring your family, and we'll provide refreshments, and we're making all kinds of fun projects around the thankful theme, because it's that time of year we have. And people will take away things with them, napkins and napkin rings and things, placemats, and so we're doing a crafting day. The other thing that I'm really excited about is that we have partnered with the Cape Cod Theater Company, and we are going to put on display about 10 of the costumes from different plays that they have done there, so people can see what goes into the costume design. Just another area of art that's probably less known. You know, when you think of art, you're thinking painting, and would like to have people explore some other areas that they can get into. And we also love partnering with different people. So the Cape Cod Theater Company, formerly the Junior Theater. Oh, that's a mouthful.
I know.
Has been wonderful, and I'm very grateful to some of the people who are on there board who've reached out to help us with it, so. And the last thing is I want to try a new program, and I'm working with the name, so just stick with me. I would like to do something like tea with me, and I will invite people in. We will have tea or coffee. I just don't drink coffee, so I didn't call it anything coffee. And I would like to invite them in case they have questions. I have a suggestion box, but people don't always use it, and I feel like if they could have a conversation, maybe that would be easier. And I'd like to also invite some other department heads that interact with this building, whether it's Link or Sean Libby, to be there that day. The emergency management team who comes in, and so November it might be Highway that's sitting with me, and people can just drop in. You don't have to schedule. Come on in. We'll have a set amount of time. I will definitely invite the other department heads in the building. We'll get people like Channel 18 Director Jamie to tell people how to get things on, whether it's bulletins or things like that. The town clerk, how to register. Just want to reach out so people feel like they can talk to a person and get answers.
I like it.
How
Sounds
would you propose to publicize that?
I will do a whole little interview, I hope with my friends at the Chronicle, about a series that we will put together, and we'll include it in our newsletter, and I will announce it at the selectmen's meeting and invite them to come join us as well.
Carolyn's new podcast.
Oh, no.
What's a
Yeah.
podcast?
I know.
You're gonna find out, for sure.
We're gonna have Ralph have a podcast.
I don't know if Donna had anything, but that is all of my information. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not. On November 16th, we are also doing our Appreciation Day, which is celebrating our fitness room members. So if you are part of the fitness room, you're gonna get a call from us on our new system, and we'll invite you in, and there might be some giveaways, but there's definitely raffles and food, and we just really want to appreciate the people who come in. There are some people who are so dedicated. They come all the time, and they help to make the building what it is, and I don't know that they have been highlighted enough. And of course, on November 4th is our Try It, not try it, you might like it. That is, Don't Try This at Home on November 4th, the science program. And that's some of the programming.
What's that about?
We bring in the Mad Scientist Company, and they do little experiments that they tell you not to try at home, like, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
really, it's a great thing.
It
They're
is a good
very
program.
well liked. People of all ages come to them,
Never
so.
heard of it.
Yeah.
Well-
I was gonna ask, I know you're having this tea with me, and it's probably gonna attract mostly the older people, but is there anything that we could do maybe with, middle and high school kids to
Yes,
see what
there's-
they would like
Yes.
coming into the building, so that we can
Yes.
get more of that age group? And I don't know if we'd call it tea with me, because that wouldn't hit them, but.
I was gonna ask the same kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Red Bull with
So-
me.
Yeah.
All right.
So the idea is, I know that my job is in the community center, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the high school.
Yeah, that'd
I'm
be great.
going to go to them
Yeah.
and see what will bring them here.
Yeah,
So yes, I am reaching out to the school
That'd be great.
as we speak, and I feel like I have my foot in the door with the computer class and the
Yeah.
students there,
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's good.
that's my end, but yes, I will report back on
Yeah.
what they are looking for and how I can do it for them.
They in the
so.
middle school, because I know Chatham picks up
I haven't
a
got-
lot, obviously because of location, but it'd be great if we had things here that was geared
Yes.
to that middle high school and high schools. So there are different things, and,
Sure.
The science program, for example, that you have, okay?
Yeah.
Can we get the kids to come over?
Already sent over.
Yeah.
Already
They-
sent to
they
the
come
school.
over?
Yes.
Okay.
that
I
would-
can't guarantee
yeah.
they do because it's at night, it's after school, but we sent it out and they were very excited about it, so.
Yeah,
We sent it to some of the STEM teachers as well.
well, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, because that
So
might
yes,
encourage,
we're trying to work with them, but yes, I'll check the middle school as well.
thank you.
No, thank you.
And I just want to say a plus thing too, I wanted to thank you very much for always hosting the blood drives here.
Oh.
Because we used to do it at other locations, but it's great that you're doing it here consistently,
Yep.
because there's such a need for blood, so.
What's going on today?
It's
Yeah.
going on, that's why I wanted to let you
Yeah,
know, I
they're
do,
out
I,
there. Thank you.
personally, I
I'm watching
appreciate
them,
it,
nobody's
yeah.
fell over yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Question about the flu clinic. How did that go?
Oh, very well. So it was the rainy day and the traffic was unbelievable. I thought people might cancel.
Yeah.
But it was phenomenal. I was out and about watching it. I don't know the exact number they did. I can ask the health
Yeah.
department, but I do know it was very successful for them.
And the fact that it was a flu and a COVID shot,
Yeah.
Made
Correct.
it easy, yeah.
you know, was really cool. I mean, of course, I drove in and just
Yeah.
got my flu shot. So.
It's the nurses that
You-
did the
you
yeoman
just
job
drive
out
up
there.
and they give it to you?
Yeah.
Well, I
You have
signed
to
up.
make an appointment?
Yeah.
I did make an
With the-
appointment, although I think they had some openings. It was really easy to do, but I wasn't sure if they were having another one.
Not that I know of, but that's through the health department, and the health director usually lets us know, and then we'll set it up.
Yeah,
So we're happy to help anytime anybody wants to do any
Is that the
programs.
Omicron-
Yeah.
The Omicron booster?
I'm not sure if I'm sure it was the
It was
most
the latest
recent,
booster.
the most
Yeah,
recent
the late,
booster.
yeah.
Right.
But no, that was great. I was happy I got it. Happy I checked in.
They make it
I
easy.
got my flu shot.
So
up
are
at
we.
CVS, just walked in.
I'm boosted for everything.
Yeah,
know.
right.
I did include the latest newsletter for you, and some of the ideas that you had are in there, whether it's the
Social media.
social media is in there, but
Thank you.
also things like the Hall of Fame should be in there. So if you think of other ideas, just let me know. We're happy to keep expanding what we're doing in the newsletter.
What's the criteria for those folks to be on the Hall of Fame?
Let me just tell you, because it's written right inside my little newsletter.
Well, tell me.
Maybe I'm
There's
lying.
gotta be some requirements, I would
Yep.
suspect.
The
I'll
town
look it up.
hall, it's right here, displays this, to nominate someone for the Hall of Fame. Look, he set us up, it's right here at your fingertips. Complete a Hall of Fame nomination form available at Town Hall and return it to the Selectman's office. Provide a 5x7 photo of the individual, include a written summary of who the person is and why they should be included in the Hall of Fame. Once a completed packet is received, this must go before the Board of Selectmen for approval. Thank God I had the
Do
answer.
you have a 5x7
You're good.
picture available?
Donna, did you have anything? Anything we missed or anything you want?
I just had a couple things. I am so impressed with all that goes on in this building. And, but when you talk about no custodian here from 2 o'clock and those kinds of issues, and again, my experience on the school committee, we present a budget to the selectmen. It's often voted down. But do you do that to the selectmen, present a budget?
Correct. However, custodians all are not in each individual department's budget.
Okay.
They're only in the highway department budget.
Ah.
That's why I said, I don't care where it comes from. I'll be happy to put one in. And in my budget, I did say that we
Okay.
needed it, but it would more than likely, because that's where all the custodians are, is in the highway department, or DPW. I shouldn't call
So
it highway.
who validates that? Who watches to see if they're, quote, doing their job? Who judges them?
So they present to the selectmen and the public as well, and we will, this is not a foreign subject, I have certainly talked with Sean Libby, the facilities director, and that's why I said I'm gonna get with Ginny, because I think she feels this same crunch. You know, when you're open night hours and you're inviting the public in, it's
That's
important.
almost, you're setting yourself up for trouble.
Right, so.
And I don't see why that's not addressed emphatically.
Right.
So that's
Well,
what we're gonna do.
And it is, but I would say, what is this, pre-pandemic, we had it. There was a custodian here until the minute this building closed. And I understand the pandemic things changed,
Sure.
but now that we're, you know,
Back to some degree of
endemic,
normalcy.
Just one more thing, if they're hired by the department that you said not here, who is watching to make sure they're doing their job?
All of us, both of us. So I work very closely
Okay.
with Sean Libby, who's in charge of all of the custodians.
Okay.
He checks in on a regular basis. If you
Good,
check my
okay.
phone, he's on speed dial, and he'll tell you he'd like
Yeah.
to change his
I just
number,
didn't
but I know
realize-
Ginny does the same thing, so the person in the building reports with Sean, and that's how it works, so.
But I think with all that's going on, you have enough foundation to present a budget that's going to give you the help you need.
It seems to me that if that's the case, if it comes from the highway department, Link should be involved in your discussions
Sure.
with the library. with,
Sure.
You know, develop, have him come in, and all the people that are involved, you should have a subcommittee or a committee and discuss it, and if you can convince Link to put it in his budget, then there it goes, and he's usually pretty good up there getting what he wants, you know?
Got a
No,
point.
I'm impressed. I just feel there's a lot of loose ends that need to come together, and I don't know how you do that, but
I think you should get
I
Rec
think-
involved as well.
getting everyone to be here for whatever's going on is a great step, but what's the core for getting them to, to support you in a way that's gonna provide more money or whatever it is?
I guess it's not my charm, so I gotta work on something else.
If it were, you'd have everything.
No.
Appreciate letting me
Of
speak my
course.
mind.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Hey, we always welcome public input. I mean, we had public meetings with, just to hear what everybody's thinking or what everybody wanted in the building, so thank you for coming.
Oh, just last thing, I made a note here. Computers, there's umpteen of them at the library. Instead of redoing or repeating that, could you send people to the library to get that knowledge or try it? That's another thing, instead of repeating, they could go to the library and you could do something else here.
So the difference is that we're open different hours. So we get a lot of people late at night, and the library's not, we're open later than any other building. So we get a lot of people, and there's nowhere for them to
There's only an hour
go
more you're open. They're
Till-
open till 8.
till 9, and I have had quite a few people. I do send as many as I can, or as I said, I'm gonna be very honest with you. If someone needs to look up something, I'm happy to help them if I
Oh,
can,
sure,
but,
I understand that.
and I don't necessarily know that, I don't know if that would bring kids in, but I know it's not helping that we don't have them.
It would,
I know a lot of them
yeah.
have their own, but there's a lot who don't have it.
They don't have
And we wanna make
computers.
sure that if they need to come here, and I know the library does a phenomenal job, again, I have nothing but respect for all of them. But if we can help so that there's enough for everyone, and their kids are already here, maybe they jump on. I don't wanna duplicate what she has, I just wanna maybe supplement and have a few so that, for that,
Okay.
but I appreciate it.
I'll be quiet.
No, please
No,
don't, please don't at all.
No, you never have to, you definitely don't have to be quiet. This is, we're a pretty, open committee.
The walkway, we're looking at other things.
You're on
Yeah.
other?
Yeah.
Other?
Other, sure, let's move to other.
And the walkway, is that, has that ever been cleaned so you can read the names on the walkway?
Yep, it gets power washed, it's on a schedule with
Is it?
Sean, yes.
Every-
I can find out the schedule, I don't
Some
have it
of
off
the-
the top
Some
of
of
my
the
head.
names you can barely read because of the dirt and stuff that's
Sure.
embedded in the walkways. And is there some kind of a design or schematic where when somebody buys a brick, you know where that's located?
So I do have an original plan, but
Yeah.
so many have been added, but anytime someone needs to know, they can always come in and we will find it for them. And then I call them and they can either call me and say, I'm looking for the, Angie's brick, and I will get the information. I will find the brick, I will invite them in, I will show them. So we do a little footwork, so
Yeah. And
I'll
then
go find your brick.
I don't think I have one, but that's okay, thank you.
I was looking for my brick and I want to show my son where the brick is before
And I will find
How
your
do you
Yeah.
not know where your brick
No.
is?
I don't know where my brick is.
I will find your brick and
Okay,
show
I
That's
you.
a nice
don't know
idea,
where my
though, the
brick
map.
is,
That would be
okay?
nice,
I-
yeah.
We did
I
have
bought
a
it
map,
and they
someone
put it
did.
in here and
I was gonna
I
say
don't
they
even
made
know
the
where
It's
it
gonna be
is.
the
High
next
school
thing on
kids
our
design it.
scavenger hunt list.
Yeah.
Find Van's
Yeah.
brick.
I have some of the preliminary work already done.
Yeah, so the kids might have fun putting it together for you, the map.
I will get your
Yeah.
brick and we will point it out like we would do with anyone else.
Thank you. I
Happy
just
to.
want to point it out to my boy.
You
Yeah.
got it.
And there are some more bricks coming.
Gonna get down there and scrub it with a
Yeah,
toothbrush.
with a toothbrush, right?
Yes. I
Take
will.
care of Dad's brick.
Oh, I thought you meant I had to scrub it, but if you're making your son, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay, anything else?
When
We
is
need
the
to
next
decide-
meeting?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
November 11th is when you should have your meeting. However, that is a holiday.
holiday.
And I won't be at your meeting if you have it that day.
The day before, Thursday? Is that a good day, bad day?
I don't know, I'm just waiting.
What about the 18th? How I have nothing on that day is a
I would
miracle.
just need to check with Jamie and make sure the room's available.
Is the 18th an issue with
I have
anybody?
no problem
I
with
was
it.
looking too, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. She's not cooperating.
Softball's over.
It works for me, because I'm
Yeah,
there
it'll
for
work for me.
volleyball at 11 o'clock, so.
There you
Okay.
go.
I will
So maybe
confirm
the
that the room
18th?
is available and send it out to all of you.
Or we can just, you know,
Go
off
we can go in a
camera.
different room if you. Okay.
okay.
Thank
You
you.
know that there is another field going out and back there.
Back where?
The Bassett Field, the softball field out back, that's being taken over by the Senior Softball League. And we're putting up a bundle of money to rehab that field into a new softball field out and back.
I did not know that.
Here?
Out and back, yeah. There's two fields out and back.
Yeah.
One is the Kroll, the other one's the Bassett, the one way down the
Okay.
corner. Way down the corner. It doesn't get any use.
Okay.
So the rec commission has provided the field for us, but we have to pay to have it rehabbed. They're gonna dig up the clay and put it in stone dust and make it 300 feet out with a fence, a temporary fence when the guys play.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so that's what's happening out and back.
Okay, Ralph, anything else?
I have nothing further, thank you.
Angie?
No,
You're getting a new
thank you for
pickleball
everybody,
course,
thank you
Ralph.
for your
Yeah,
hard
I
work.
know.
Okay, I guess our 10:52 is
Ridiculous.
our official resignation.
Thank you, just in time
That's
for my
not
next
even,
meeting.
that's not.
Exactly.
Oh, good timing.
Thank you all.
Yeah,